Dismissed as primitive, HUMANS fought back, and two alien armadas destroyed beneath our wrath. Alex Carter stood on the observation deck of the human council ship, looking out at the endless stars. Beside him, Lisa Brown checked the data screens for the latest reports from the outer colonies. The hum of the engines was steady, but Alex felt tension in the air. They were traveling to the Galactic Council, a place where dozens of alien civilizations met to discuss matters of trade, security, and power. Humans were not well regarded here. They were considered primitive, reckless, and unimportant. The humans had come a long way from Earth. They had colonies scattered across dozens of star systems. Their ships were not as large or flashy as the alien fleets, but they were clever and flexible. Still, when humans walked into the council chambers, most aliens only laughed or ignored them. Lisa leaned close to Alex. "Do you really think they will listen this time?" she asked softly. Her eyes scanned the room on the monitor, filled with alien delegates from species Alex could barely pronounce. Alex shook his head. "I doubt it, but we have to try. If we do not speak for ourselves, no one will." As their ship entered the council hall, they were met with the usual cold stares. Massive creatures with 6 arms and metal-plated heads, beings that floated in zero gravity with long, thin tentacles, and creatures that seemed like living crystals, all turned toward the humans with barely disguised curiosity. A murmur ran through the chamber. The council speaker, a tall figure named Zoreth, looked down at the human representatives. "We have heard much about your species," Zoreth said, voice like 1,000 tiny bells, "and yet we see only crude technology and scattered colonies. What is your purpose here, little humans?" Alex straightened his posture. "We are here to speak for our people, to ask for fair treatment and protection under the Council's laws." A ripple of laughter went through the chamber. Lisa felt her cheeks burn, but she kept her eyes forward. "They don't take us seriously," she whispered to Alex. "That's because they have not seen what we can do," Alex replied quietly. "They only judge us by what they already know. That is their mistake." For hours, the council listened as Alex and Lisa described humanity's colonies, their growing technology, and their need for protection and trade agreements. Every point they made was met with disbelief. One delegate even sneered, showing off a fleet hologram that dwarfed any human design. "Your ships are nothing compared to ours," the alien said. "Do you expect us to treat you as equals?" Alex swallowed and held his voice steady. "We ask only for fairness. We have defended our colonies many times against threats. We are not weak. We will protect our people with or without your help, but we hope for cooperation, not conflict." The aliens were unimpressed. They had seen humans fight small threats, but they believed those victories were luck or minor skirmishes. No one had faced the true might of a full human fleet. The council dismissed their request, declaring humanity too primitive to be a real power in the galaxy. After the meeting, Alex and Lisa returned to their ship in silence. The corridor was dim, the lights reflecting off the metal walls. Alex could feel the weight of the council's decision. It was a setback, but he also felt a spark of determination. Humans had never waited for approval. They had built colonies, ships, and technologies with their own hands. And when the galaxy said they were small and unimportant, humanity had always proven otherwise. In the days that followed, reports came from the edge of human space. Alien patrols had been seen near human colonies, observing them with suspicion. 2 powerful armadas from neighboring systems were moving closer to human territory. The Council may have ignored humans, but the galaxy's stronger powers were watching, waiting to see if humans would fail. Daniel Moore, a fleet officer, gathered his crew. "The aliens think we are weak. They think we cannot fight them. They are about to find out how wrong they are." Amy Clark, second in command, nodded. "We have smaller numbers, but our people are clever. If we plan carefully, we can turn their strength against them." The colonies prepared quietly. Engineers like Kevin Lee worked day and night to upgrade ships. Colonists reinforced defenses and trained for emergencies. Human society had always relied on cooperation and adaptability, and now those traits would be tested on the largest scale ever. Alex visited one of the frontier colonies. Children played in fields beneath domed cities, unaware of the danger approaching from the stars. Farmers and teachers went about their work, showing no panic. Yet in their calm, Alex saw the strength that defined humanity. They would not give up their homes. They would fight. Back on the fleet command ship, monitors showed the approaching alien armadas. Massive warships glided through space like dark shadows. The human ships were smaller, but their crews were organized, alert, and determined. Alex looked at his officers. They may think we are primitive, but today they will see that humans are something more. Today they will learn not to underestimate us. As the first reports of alien scouts came in, Alex and Lisa coordinated with the colonies. Every system had signals ready, every ship had a plan. Humans would not be caught by surprise. They would act together as one. That night, Alex walked the observation deck alone. Stars stretched endlessly, indifferent to the struggles below. But humanity had always faced impossible odds before. Against rival nations, against disasters, against nature itself, they had survived. And now they would face the galaxy itself. Lisa came up beside him. "Do you really believe we can win?" Alex smiled faintly. "I believe we can show them we are more than primitive, that we can fight and we can protect our own. That is all we need to start." And so humanity waited. They waited not with fear but with purpose. The Council had dismissed them. The galaxy had underestimated them. But the humans were ready. They had survived worse threats, and they would survive this one too. The stars above seemed quiet, but in their silence, they held a warning for anyone who thought humans were weak. The first battle had not yet begun, but the stage was set. Humanity, dismissed as primitive, was preparing to show the galaxy that strength is not measured only in size or weapons, but in will, courage, and unity. The warning signals came in the early hours. Daniel Moore and Amy Clark were on the bridge of the human fleet command ship, their eyes glued to the monitors. The reports showed massive alien armadas moving through the border systems. Two fleets far larger than anything humanity had faced before were heading straight for human space. Daniel frowned. "They are moving fast, too fast for normal patrols to notice until now." Amy studied the star maps. "They probably think our colonies are weak. They think they can take our systems without resistance. They are about to make a big mistake." Across the colonies, preparations had begun quietly. People worked without panic. Engineers like Kevin Lee and Sarah White ran diagnostics on every ship, upgrading engines and shields wherever possible. Civilians learned basic evacuation procedures, while fleet crews ran drills for boarding defense and coordinated attacks. On the planet Larkspur, young pilot Jake Hill was training in a simulator. His instructor, Captain Emma Young, watched him carefully. "Remember, the alien ships are bigger and stronger," she said. "But they are also predictable. Watch their patterns and respond quickly." "Adaptation is our greatest weapon," Jake nodded. "We've faced worse in simulations. We can handle it." Meanwhile, at the Human Command Center, Alex Carter and Lisa Brown coordinated with every fleet and colony. Every communication channel was open. Every system had a plan. The humans were outnumbered, but they were not unprepared. The first alien scouts appeared near the outer colonies. Massive ships, covered in strange armor, scanned the planets below. They fired warning beams, testing defenses. Some colonies fired back with planetary lasers, small but accurate, damaging the scouts. The aliens were surprised. They had expected humans to hide, not respond. Daniel Moore smiled grimly. "They don't realize we've been preparing for this." Amy nodded. "They think we're primitive, but primitive doesn't mean weak." As the two armadas moved closer, the humans implemented a strategy no alien had expected. Smaller ships moved in coordinated groups, using speed and maneuverability to confuse the larger vessels. They attacked in waves, striking weak points, then retreating before the aliens could respond. Engineers had modified older ships to carry new energy weapons, giving even the smallest fighter a dangerous punch. Kevin Lee worked tirelessly in the engine room of one of the command ships. Sweat ran down his face as he pushed the reactors beyond their normal limits. "Come on, just a little more," he muttered. The engines roared to life with renewed energy. Outside, his ship moved faster than the aliens anticipated, striking their flanks repeatedly. Sarah White monitored the weapons systems. "They keep adjusting, but they can't keep up with our patterns. They are too slow to adapt." In one of the forward colonies, civilians watched as human ships engaged the alien scouts. Children hid behind walls, watching the flashes of energy fire and shields glowing. Parents tried to stay calm, but inside they felt fear and hope at the same time. Fear because the aliens were enormous and powerful. Hope because humans were fighting back, and they had never failed when they needed each other the most. Captain Emma Young led a group of pilots in daring maneuvers. They split into small squads, striking one alien ship at a time. Using the planet's gravity to their advantage, they circled around and attacked from unexpected directions. Each successful strike weakened the aliens' confidence. They had assumed humans were disorganized and slow, but every move the humans made was precise and coordinated. Jake Hill watched the alien fleet falter. "They thought they could scare us," he said, "but we are not afraid." Alex Carter coordinated with fleet leaders across multiple systems. He sent precise orders, moving ships from one sector to another, anticipating the aliens' next moves. Lisa Brown calculated attack patterns, predicting weaknesses in the enemy formations. Together, they acted as the brain of the human defense. The first Armada began to suffer heavy losses. Several massive alien warships were damaged or destroyed by tactics the aliens could not understand. They fired blindly, trying to overpower the humans, but every attack was countered with strategy and quick thinking. Humans used the smallest advantages, the angles of their attacks, the timing of energy blasts, the coordination of multiple ships, to defeat the enormous fleets. At the heart of the battle, Daniel Moore's ship engaged a flagship from the alien Armada. The two vessels exchanged heavy fire, but Daniel's crew worked as one. Shields held, weapons struck where they counted, and after hours of careful maneuvering, the alien flagship was destroyed. Amy Clark watched the monitors as the alien fleet began to retreat. They didn't expect this. They thought humans would fold under pressure. They were wrong. News of the victory reached the colonies. People cheered quietly, afraid to celebrate too loudly, knowing the larger threat was still coming. But they felt pride. Humanity had faced a fleet far stronger and survived. They had shown skill, intelligence, and courage. Alex Carter addressed his officers. "This is only the first strike. They may come back stronger, but we have proven we can fight. We have proven that humans are more than primitive. Prepare for the next wave. We will show them that underestimating us is their greatest mistake." Meanwhile, the alien leaders gathered in panic. Their scouts had returned with reports of heavy losses. Their pride was wounded. They had dismissed humans as primitive, expecting no resistance. Instead, they faced clever strategy, quick thinking, and relentless teamwork. Their armada had been weakened by ships far smaller than their own. Back in human space, civilians went about repairing damages from the first skirmishes. Engineers like Kevin Lee and Sarah White worked tirelessly to reinforce ships for the next attack. Every person contributed in some way, whether piloting, repairing, or organizing supplies. Humanity's strength was not in a single ship or weapon, but in their unity and determination. Captain Emma Young trained new pilots, preparing them for the battles ahead. Jake Hill watched her give instructions, learning quickly. Every young pilot knew the risks, but also knew they had the support of every human behind them. Together, they were stronger than the aliens expected. As night fell across human space, Alex Carter walked alone through the corridors of the command ship. Stars shone beyond the windows, silent witnesses to the struggle below. He knew the aliens would not give up easily. 2 armadas had already begun their advance. The galaxy had not seen humans fight at full strength yet. Lisa Brown joined him. "Do you think they will come back?" she asked. Alex smiled faintly. "Of course they will, they always do, but next time we will be ready. We will fight harder, smarter, and stronger. And when they see what humanity can do, they will remember this day." And so, humanity prepared for the battles ahead. They had faced the first armada and survived. They had shown that strength is not only measured in size or weapons, but in courage, unity, and intelligence. The aliens may have thought humans were primitive, but now the humans had proven they were dangerous in ways the galaxy had never imagined. The second armada approached, even larger and more confident. They believed the first failures were due to mistakes. They did not realize that humans had learned, adapted, and were ready to strike back harder. The stage was set for an even greater confrontation, and the galaxy was about to witness the true power of humanity. The galaxy watched in disbelief as reports came in from human space. The first alien armada had been repelled, their scouts destroyed, and their confidence shaken. But the humans knew this was only the beginning. 2 armadas still moved toward them, larger and more powerful than anything they had faced before. Alex Carter gathered the fleet commanders in the main strategy room. Screens lit the room with data from every colony and ship. Lisa Brown displayed the alien movements in real time, showing formations, strengths, and possible weaknesses. Daniel Moore leaned over the map. "They are trying to regroup, but they are overconfident. They think their first defeat was just bad luck. They don't realize we learned from it." Amy Clark nodded. "We need to hit them where they are strongest, but in ways they cannot predict. That is our advantage." Kevin Lee worked in the engineering bay, overseeing modifications to the ships. "We can push the engines to higher speeds. The smaller vessels can move faster than their sensors can track. That will give our pilots an edge." Sarah White added, "Our weapon systems are ready. We can strike at critical points, disabling their ships without risking ourselves unnecessarily. We have learned their weaknesses." The humans' plan was simple in principle but complex in execution. They would split their forces into small, mobile units, each capable of independent action. They would strike quickly, retreat, and strike again. The alien fleets, expecting traditional combat, would be confused and forced to react, not act. On the front lines, Captain Emma Young led a squadron of fighters. Jake Hill followed her closely, flying with precision and focus. "Remember," Emma said over the comms, "they rely on size and firepower. We rely on speed, accuracy, and coordination. Use your brains, not just your weapons." The first contact with the second armada was chaotic. Alien ships moved in massive formations, their weapons firing in synchronized volleys. Humans darted between fire streams, striking weak points in the enemy's hulls. The aliens were stunned. Their largest ships could not target the small, fast-moving human fighters. Each strike the humans made caused damage, forcing alien crews to retreat or redirect their energy shields. Jake Hill targeted a medium cruiser. His ship moved at impossible speeds, weaving through laser fire. He fired precise shots at the cruiser's engines, disabling it. The ship drifted helplessly, then exploded as a chain reaction hit its fuel reserves. Jake felt a surge of pride but quickly moved to the next target. In human combat, hesitation could be deadly. On another front, Daniel Moore led a flotilla of larger ships. They engaged alien capital ships directly, drawing attention away from the smaller units. Daniel's crew coordinated attacks with exact timing, striking multiple targets simultaneously. Even when alien weapons hit, human shields held. The crew's training and teamwork allowed them to recover quickly from damage. Amy Clark oversaw a support group that supplied reinforcements, repaired damaged ships, and directed energy from nearby planetary stations. Her calm voice guided fleets through complicated maneuvers. Humans were outnumbered, but every move was deliberate and coordinated. Kevin Lee and Sarah White monitored the battle from the engineering hub. "They can't predict our strikes," Kevin said. "Every attack we make teaches them something new, but we adapt faster than they do," Sarah nodded. "Their formations are breaking apart. Look at the data." The Second Armada is losing control. They expected an easy victory, but they are being outsmarted. In the colonies, people watched the battle unfold on screens. Civilians cheered quietly, afraid to celebrate openly. They saw humans flying into danger with courage and returning victorious. Children were inspired by the bravery of pilots like Jake Hill, while engineers and volunteers felt proud that their work had kept the ships moving. Alex Carter moved from station to station, offering guidance and encouragement. He reminded officers that victory depended not only on weapons but on unity and careful planning. "We cannot let arrogance or fear guide us," he said. "We fight together and we win together." As the battle continued, the Second Armada suffered heavy losses. Ships were destroyed, disabled, or forced to retreat. The aliens could not understand how smaller, weaker vessels could inflict such damage. They attempted new tactics, sending massive waves of ships at once, but the humans had anticipated this. The coordinated strikes of small units broke their formations repeatedly. Captain Emma Young and her squadron led an attack on one of the alien command ships. Using the planet's magnetic field, they slingshot around to strike the flagship from behind. The ship's shields weakened under repeated hits. Emma directed the squadron with precision, ensuring each fighter struck critical points and withdrew safely. Jake Hill followed her lead, firing at key systems. The alien crew panicked as explosions rocked their ship. Communication lines were severed, engines disabled, and weapons destroyed. Within minutes, the flagship was neutralized, a shocking loss for the aliens. Daniel Moore's flotilla engaged a second group of alien ships. Using combined fire from multiple angles, they disabled two cruisers simultaneously. The aliens were forced to retreat, their numbers dwindling. For the first time, the galaxy saw that humans could stand against fleets far larger and stronger than their own. Alex Carter watched the progress on the central display. "We are proving our strength," he said to Lisa Brown. "They thought they could intimidate us. They were wrong. They underestimated our ability to adapt and fight as one." Amy Clark coordinated with supply teams, ensuring that damaged ships were repaired quickly and that ammunition and energy reserves were replenished. Humans worked tirelessly, knowing that the next wave of alien attacks could be even stronger. Kevin Lee and Sarah White continued to modify systems in real time. "We can push shields further," Kevin said. "If they fire again, we will be ready." Sarah smiled. "Every loss they suffer teaches us something new. We will use that knowledge to win the next battle." Across multiple systems, humans fought with ingenuity. They used natural phenomena, asteroid fields, gas clouds, gravity wells, to their advantage. They lured alien ships into traps, struck weak points, and retreated before the enemy could respond. Every maneuver was carefully calculated. Every ship had a purpose. In the midst of the fighting, civilians on the planets played their part as well. Volunteers repaired infrastructure, maintained communication systems, and supported the fleet with essential supplies. Humanity's strength was not just in soldiers and pilots. It was in every person contributing to the survival of their people. By the end of the day, the alien armada had suffered heavy losses. Their formations were scattered, their command disrupted. The humans had turned a seemingly hopeless situation into a victory, not through sheer firepower, but through strategy, unity, and courage. Alex Carter addressed the fleet over the communication network. Today, we have shown the galaxy that humans are not primitive. We fight with our minds, our hearts, and our will. We protect our people, our homes, and our way of life. And we will continue to do so. Lisa Brown displayed casualty reports. The humans had lost some ships, but the majority survived. Every system functioned efficiently. Every crew member worked as a team. Humans had faced 2 armadas and survived. They had shown the first signs of the wrath the galaxy would soon learn to respect. Captain Emma Young returned to the base with her squadron. Jake Hill followed her, exhausted but proud. "They thought they could overwhelm us," Emma said. "They thought humans were weak." "We have proven them wrong," Jake nodded. "This is only the beginning, but they will remember today." In the colonies, people began to rebuild. Children played cautiously, inspired by the bravery of their defenders. Adults worked quietly, repairing damages and preparing for the next possible attack. Humanity had faced the first major threat and emerged stronger. Alex Carter walked among his officers, offering encouragement and guidance. "We have learned much today. We have shown that humans are clever, determined, and united. The galaxy may not understand us yet, but they will. And when they face us again, they will remember that humans never back down." As night fell across human space, the stars shone bright, silent witnesses to humanity's courage. The Second Armada had been fought back. The humans had adapted, coordinated, and triumphed. But Alex knew the war was not over. The galaxy was watching, and the next challenges would be even greater. Still, humanity had sent a clear message. They would not be underestimated. They would fight for every colony, every star system, every life. They were dismissed as primitive, but they were far more than the galaxy had imagined. The humans prepared for what was coming next. More alien forces might arrive. More dangers might threaten them. But with their intelligence, courage, and unity, they would face anything. They had fought back once, and they would fight back again, stronger than ever. The second alien armada had regrouped, but the humans were ready. Alex Carter stood on the command bridge, staring at the star maps that displayed the approaching fleet. This armada was larger, with ships bristling with weapons and shields that were stronger than the first fleet. Yet Alex did not feel fear. He felt confidence. Humanity had learned from the first encounter. They knew how the aliens thought, and they knew how to turn that arrogance against them. Lisa Brown pointed to the projections. "They are moving in formations similar to the last attack. They have adjusted some tactics, but their basic approach is the same." Daniel Moore crossed his arms. "They don't realize that we anticipated their adjustments. This time, we will hit them before they even reach human colonies." Amy Clark added, "Every system has been reinforced. Every fleet is ready. Even the smaller ships can outmaneuver their massive vessels. We can control the battlefield." In the colonies, people worked tirelessly. Engineers like Kevin Lee and Sarah White upgraded weapons and shields. Civilians prepared supplies and medical aid. Even children learned emergency signals and drills. Humanity's strength lay not only in its ships but in its people. Every individual contributed to the fight, and every contribution mattered. Captain Emma Young and Jake Hill led the first wave of fighters. "Remember your training," Emma said. "We hit fast, strike critical systems, and withdraw before they can respond. Keep moving and trust each other." The human fleets moved with precision. Smaller ships darted between the massive alien vessels, striking weak points in engines, weapons, and shields. The alien commanders expected humans to flee in fear, but instead, humans attacked with coordination and determination. Every strike was calculated, every retreat planned. Jake Hill piloted his fighter through a narrow gap between 2 alien ships. He fired at a weapon array, causing a cascade of explosions. The massive vessel shuddered and drifted away, disabled. Other human pilots followed his lead, attacking from unexpected angles. The aliens could not adapt fast enough. Daniel Moore's flotilla engaged the central part of the Armada. Their ships were larger and slower than the fighters, but they struck with careful timing. Human firepower was concentrated at weak points. The alien ships fired back, but the shields held, and the crews adapted to each attack. Every move forced the aliens into chaos. Amy Clark coordinated support from nearby planets. Energy beams, gravity wells, and defensive turrets fired in sync with the human fleets. Each attack was measured, precise, and devastating. The alien commanders could not understand how a smaller species could control the battlefield so completely. Kevin Lee and Sarah White worked tirelessly in the engineering bays. Ships were repaired in record time, engines pushed to limits, and weapons systems adjusted for maximum efficiency. Every human knew the importance of their role. The aliens were powerful, but humans had skill, ingenuity, and determination. As the battle continued, Alex Carter observed the aliens' formations breaking apart. "They think their numbers give them strength," he said to Lisa Brown, "but they underestimate our ability to adapt. Every attack teaches us something new, and we strike back faster than they can respond." Captain Emma Young led her squadron in a daring maneuver. Using the gravity of a nearby planet, they slingshot around and attacked the flagship from behind. Shields weakened under repeated strikes. The alien crew struggled to respond, and critical systems began to fail. Jake Hill followed the orders, firing at engines and communication arrays. Explosions rocked the flagship. The alien crew panicked. The massive ship drifted helplessly as Emma's squadron withdrew to safety. Other human units pressed their attacks on the remaining vessels, spreading chaos and fear. Daniel Moore's flotilla destroyed 2 cruisers using combined attacks. The aliens tried to regroup, but their communication networks were disrupted and their formations were scattered. The Second Armada had lost coordination, and human forces were relentless. In the colonies, civilians watched the battle on screens. Relief mixed with pride and awe. Humanity was fighting far beyond what the galaxy had expected. Every success of the human fleet inspired hope and courage in the people below. They repaired damaged ships, supplied energy to stations, and prepared for the next wave of attacks. Alex Carter communicated with fleet commanders across systems. "This is the moment to show them that humans are not to be underestimated. Strike with precision. Protect our people. We fight as one." Amy Clark directed supply lines and reinforcements. Human fleets rotated ships from one system to another, keeping energy reserves and ammunition replenished. Every ship and crew had a purpose, and nothing was left to chance. The aliens grew desperate. They tried new formations, sending massive waves at human fleets, hoping sheer firepower would break them. But every wave was anticipated. Human ships struck the weak points, retreated, and then returned for another attack. The aliens were caught in a cycle of defeat. Captain Emma Young led a squadron to strike a critical energy station that powered part of the alien fleet. The station exploded under concentrated fire, causing a chain reaction that disabled multiple vessels. Jake Hill piloted with careful focus, ensuring every shot counted. The aliens' confidence shattered further. Daniel Moore's larger ships pressed the attack on the remaining flagships. Each strike was coordinated with smaller units, cutting off escape routes, disabling weapons, and forcing retreats. The alien fleets began to scatter. Alex Carter addressed the fleet over the communication network. "We have shown the galaxy what humans are capable of. We fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. This is our strength. We protect our people, and we will never back down." Kevin Lee and Sarah White monitored systems. "They are trying to escape," Kevin said, "but our units are in position to stop them. This will be the final push." The human fleet pressed forward, surrounding the remaining alien vessels. The aliens had lost too many ships and were unable to maintain formation. Human pilots struck with precision, exploiting every weakness. The massive armada collapsed, destroyed beneath human strategy and courage. In the aftermath, the colonies celebrated cautiously. Ships returned with battle damage, but morale was high. Humans had faced two alien armadas and won. They had shown the galaxy that size and strength were not the only measures of power. Intelligence, adaptability, and unity were equally important. Captain Emma Young and Jake Hill landed their fighters on the base station. "They thought they could overwhelm us," Emma said. "They were wrong," Jake nodded. "Humans are stronger than they imagined. They will remember this." Alex Carter walked through the command bridge, observing the returning ships and crews. He felt pride in every officer, pilot, and engineer. Humanity had faced the galaxy's mightiest fleets and survived. They had won not by brute force alone, but by working together, thinking ahead, and never giving up. Lisa Brown joined him. "They will never underestimate us again," she said. Alex smiled. "No. And the galaxy will learn that humans may be dismissed as primitive, but we are capable of more than anyone imagined. This is only the beginning." The stars above were silent, indifferent to the struggles below, but humanity had made its mark. Two alien armadas had been destroyed beneath human strategy and courage. The galaxy had witnessed the power of a species that would not back down, no matter the odds. In the quiet moments after the battle, engineers worked to repair damaged ships, pilots rested, and civilians helped rebuild what had been damaged in skirmishes. Humanity's strength lay not only in its fleets but in its people. Every contribution mattered, and every individual played a part in the victory. Alex Carter looked out at the stars, thinking of the future. More threats would come, more challenges would arise, but humanity had proven that it could face the impossible and prevail. They had fought back when dismissed, and they had triumphed against overwhelming odds. The galaxy would remember this day. Humans, once thought primitive, had shown their true strength. And as long as humans stood united, no force in the galaxy could crush their will. The battle was over. Silence spread across human space as the smoke and debris from the destroyed alien armadas drifted through the void. For the first time, many humans allowed themselves to breathe freely. Two of the galaxy's largest fleets had been defeated beneath human strategy, courage, and unity. Yet, even in victory, Alex Carter knew the story was not yet complete. Humanity had survived, but the galaxy still needed to recognize their strength. Alex walked the corridors of the command ship, passing exhausted crews and repaired vessels returning to base. Engineers like Kevin Lee and Sarah White worked tirelessly, still adjusting shields and engines. "You never stop, do you?" Alex asked. Kevin smiled tiredly. "Victory is not just about fighting," he said. "It's about being ready for the next challenge." Sarah nodded. "We need to make sure humans are always prepared. The galaxy will notice soon enough." In the colonies, people celebrated quietly but proudly. Families hugged and laughed, children played beneath domed cities, and volunteers tended to small fires and damaged structures. Every person had contributed in some way, from piloting ships to repairing energy grids. Humanity had shown the galaxy that strength is not only in weapons, but in unity and determination. Captain Emma Young returned to the command base with Jake Hill and the other pilots. The young pilots, once nervous and inexperienced, now carried the confidence of warriors who had faced the impossible. "You did well," Emma said, looking at each of them. "You proved that humans can overcome any odds when they work together." Jake smiled. "They will never call us primitive again." Across the stars, alien civilizations began to take notice. Reports of the battles reached distant systems, spreading disbelief and respect. Delegates who had once laughed at humans now studied their strategies with caution. The arrogance of the galaxy had been shattered by the determination of one species. Alex Carter and Lisa Brown were summoned to the Galactic Council once more. This time, the hall was different. Alien delegates no longer sneered or whispered mockery. Some watched with awe, others with caution. The humans had forced respect, and the council could not ignore them. Zorath, the council speaker who had dismissed humanity before, regarded them silently. Finally, his voice rang out. Humans, you have proven yourselves beyond the council's expectations. Your actions have altered the balance of power. We must reconsider our judgment. Alex stepped forward, calm but resolute. We do not seek revenge or dominance. We seek only to be recognized for what we are, a species capable of protecting our people and contributing to the galaxy. We are not primitive. We are human, and we will continue to stand for our people. The delegates murmured among themselves. Even those who had been most dismissive now listened with attention. The galaxy had learned a lesson through fire and strategy, not words alone. Humans had demonstrated intelligence, courage, and unity that could not be ignored. In the fleet command room, Daniel Moore and Amy Clark discussed future strategies. They will not attack us so easily again, Daniel said. Now the galaxy knows we are capable. They will think twice before underestimating humans. Amy nodded. We have shown them strength, but we also need to maintain vigilance. The galaxy is large, and not all will act in good faith. Back in the colonies, life slowly returned to normal. Markets reopened, schools resumed, and families celebrated the survival and resilience of their people. Engineers continued to refine ships and defenses, but for a moment, humans could simply take pride in their achievement. Kevin Lee and Sarah White shared a quiet moment. We did it, Kevin said, looking at the repaired fleet. They called us weak, but we proved them wrong. Sarah smiled. And this is only the beginning. Humanity will keep growing, learning, and protecting itself. The galaxy may never fully understand us, but we will always show what humans can do. Captain Emma Young and Jake Hill prepared for training exercises. The young pilots, now seasoned from the battles, would teach the next generation. Every human who had fought now carried the knowledge and courage to guide those who would follow. Humanity's strength would continue, growing with each generation. Alex Carter addressed the human fleet and colonies through a communication broadcast. We have faced impossible odds and prevailed. We have shown the galaxy that humans are not primitive. We fight with courage, intelligence, and unity. We protect our people, and we will continue to do so. Today, humanity has opened its arms, not for conquest but for respect, and we have earned it. Lisa Brown added, "This victory is not just for the fleets or the colonies. It is for every human who has contributed in any way. Every engineer, every volunteer, every child who learned to be prepared, they are all part of this success." The galaxy watched as humanity stood proud. Reports came from distant systems, telling of the battles, the strategy, and the human determination that had overcome overwhelming odds. Alien civilizations began to reconsider how they treated humans, and some even sought cooperation rather than conflict. Daniel Moore, observing the calm after the storm, said quietly, "They will never forget this. Humanity has shown that even when dismissed, we fight back, and when we do, nothing can stop us." Amy Clark nodded. "And this is the truth about humans. We adapt, we cooperate, and we never give up. That is why we survived and why we will continue to thrive in the galaxy." Alex Carter looked out at the stars once more. The wars were over for now, but the galaxy had changed. Humans were no longer dismissed or mocked. They had earned respect, not through words or speeches, but through courage, ingenuity, and unity. They had fought back when the galaxy rejected them, and in doing so, they had carved a place for humanity among the stars. In the quiet moments after the battle, the people of humanity reflected on what they had achieved. Civilians repaired homes and cities, pilots trained the next generation, and engineers continued to strengthen their ships. Every person played a part in the survival and success of humanity. They had faced the impossible, and together they had triumphed. Alex Carter and Lisa Brown returned to the council chamber one final time. "We do not seek to dominate," Alex said. We seek to be recognized. We fight for our people, for our homes, and for our future. Today, humans have proven their worth. We will continue to do so every day. The delegates nodded, some reluctantly, some with admiration. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, had opened its arms to the stars, and in return they had earned respect, recognition, and a place in the galactic order. Captain Emma Young, Jake Hill, Daniel Moore, Amy Clark, Kevin Lee, and Sarah White gathered with the other humans. They shared a quiet pride, knowing that every effort had contributed to this moment. Humanity had faced 2 alien armadas and emerged victorious. They had shown that strength is not measured by size alone, but by courage, unity, and intelligence. As Alex Carter looked toward the stars, he thought of the future. There would be new challenges, new civilizations, and new dangers. But humanity was ready. They had learned to adapt, to fight, and to protect their people. They had learned that even when dismissed, humans could stand strong. The galaxy would remember this day. Humans, once considered primitive, had proven themselves capable, resilient, and powerful in ways no one had expected. And as long as humans stood united, they would continue to thrive, explore, and protect their place among the stars. Humanity had fought back. 2 alien armadas had fallen beneath their strategy and courage. The galaxy had been forced to respect them. And the people of Earth and the colonies knew one truth: humans would never be dismissed again. The stars above were silent, yet they seemed to shine brighter over human space. A new era had begun. One where humans were no longer seen as primitive, but as a species that had earned its place in the galaxy through strength, unity, and unyielding courage. And humanity, proud and unbroken, looked forward to the future with hope, determination, and the knowledge that no matter the challenge, they would always fight back and always prevail.